Hi, this is Krishna. Welcome to Family Moments featuring Mom's EdTech Classroom. Today I am going to show you how I organize my Google Classroom. This is my sample Google Classroom page, which is patterned after the Google Classroom pages that I use for each of my classes. If you haven't watched my tutorial on how to create an animated Bitmoji for Google Classroom banner, please check it out. When you open your Google Classroom page, it will automatically get you to the Stream page, which is the social hub of the Google Classroom. This is where announcements can be made by the teacher and where students are able to share resources or ask questions, if enabled. But personally, I don't do that, just to prevent any interesting posts or comments. So if you want to do the same, click the gear at the top right hand corner of the page. Under General, you have the class code, and then Stream. You actually have some other choices. Students can post and comment, students can only comment, or only teachers can post or comment. Personally, I always set each of my Google Classroom pages to only teachers can post or comment. Then make sure to hit save. Any assignments on the Classwork tab are also announced on the Stream page, but to avoid confusion on the side of the students, prevent redundancy of posted classwork assignments, and to only display announcements and reminders, I hide the notification. To do that, click the Gear tab under General, Classwork on the Stream. Instead of Show Condensed Notifications or Show Attachments and Details, I click Hide Notifications. Click Save, and I do this in all of my classroom pages so that what will be displayed on your Stream page or tab and on your students' Stream page or tab will only be purely teacher announcements and reminders. What I call as the heart of the Google Classroom is a Classwork tab. This houses all the activities including projects, videos, assessments, or other activities posted by the teacher. I organize my activities into topics. I used to have discover your classwork, assessments, projects, homework, and resources as my topics. And the students did not have any confusion about what to complete that day because it is found at the very top of the set of activities under that folder. But with distance learning, I needed to be more creative and organized because we were required to post all of our activities for the entire week at the start of the week. So I started organizing my activities by week with the specific dates. For example, week number 1, April 6th through 8, and I have all my activities for that entire week. These were my activities for week 2. Right now, they are not yet housed inside week 2 folder, so I can create a topic, type week 2, and it was for April 14th through 17, and then click Add. To add these activities inside week 2 folder, you can do it in two ways. One, you can click the three dots on this side of each of the activities, click Edit under Topic instead of No Topic, then you can click week 2 and then save. And then you will see that it is now under week number 2. That's one way. The other way is you can just click that and then drag it into the folder where you want it to be. So I'm going to do this to the rest of them. Now that I have all of my activities inside the weekly folder, just imagine a student can take a look at the weekly folder or weekly activities and they'd be so overwhelmed and they wouldn't know which activity they need to complete on a Monday, on a Tuesday, or which activity they needed to complete first, unless perhaps you will include a weekly activity directions like this. So the activity directions will basically tell the students what they need to do first, what they need to do next, and so on and so forth. Please take note that you can actually also rearrange the activities that you will have posted so that they are also going to be in order based on the activity directions that you have included. So say, for example, the first activity that they needed to do was the activity on Eco-Cities, Sustainable Cities Activity 1. Then you can drag it right under the activity directions so that they know that after reading the directions, then they have to complete activity 1. If, say, for example, the next activity that they need to complete is the video on what is an eco-city, And then you can just click and drag it where you want it to be. That way it would be easy for you to have everything organized. But another way that you can also do it is if, say, for example, you have one activity they need to complete on a Monday, another activity they need to complete on a Tuesday, another activity on Wednesday, and so on and so forth. Without, say, for example, if you don't have the activity directions and you've just uploaded the weekly activities, all you have to do is just make sure that the title of the activity has the day of the week when they need to complete it, so that, say for example here, Monday, then they know that that is the activity that they need to do on Monday. They don't have to complete the rest. If this is the activity they need to do on a Tuesday, then you can just edit and make sure that the title also has Tuesday. So again, the students will know that they have to complete that on a Tuesday. And then again, you want to make sure that everything is going to be organized. And so you can just click and drag so that your activities are very much arranged in order. One thing that I also like using in organizing my classwork page is using emojis. So I have included the red question mark on the title. So at least when my students would be able to see that emoji, then they know that that is a week one question that they need to answer and then turn in afterwards. If they will be able to see that red book, then they know that that activity or assessment is going to be graded, and whatever is their grade is going to go on the grade book. If they are going to see that red exclamation point, that simply tells them that that is an activity that they have to complete and turn in. If they will see a video emoji right before the title, then that gives them the idea that they need to watch the video so that they will get background information for them to be more prepared for the activity that they are going to do. To be able to use these emojis, you need to add a Chrome extension, which is called Emoji Keyboard by JoyPixels. And I am going to add a link down below, so that would be a lot easier for you to download it. So when you click that, you will be able to see a lot of options that you can choose from and use on your activity posts. With your weekly post that has a Monday activity, specific activity for Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, with emojis, you can also use some of them to be able to color code your daily activities. So say, for example, on a Monday, you want to be able to use a specific color. And since you have already posted this one, then what you can do is click Edit after clicking the three dots, and then click your Chrome extension or emoji, and then say for example you want it to be green, then click green. And if you could notice, it automatically shows on your title space. If you want this to be at the end, then that's fine, that's great, but I would suggest that you have to always make sure that you put it right at the beginning so that it would be very visible to the students. And what I did was I just highlighted it and dragged it onto the very first part of the title space. And then after that, click Save. So that on your Classwork tab, when the students will see green, then they would be able to say, oh, I know that. I can associate that to Monday's activity that I have to complete. For Tuesday, if you want to use a different color, so then click the three dots, click Edit, and then click the emoji Chrome extension. If you want it to be purple, then click purple. Again, it automatically shows at the very end. So what I do is highlight and then just drag it onto the very first part of the title space and then click Save. And so now you have the purple. And again, the students are going to be able to associate seeing purple as that is the Tuesday activity. I have to complete this one. And then you can do that to the rest of your activities. But then again, these emojis, I would say, would be very meaningless to your students if you do not tell them what they actually mean. The weekly activity topics are not the only topics that I include in my Google Classroom. As you can see on this side, it shows you all of the topics that I have created. Aside from week 1 and week number 2, I also have topics that I thought are the go-to topics for my students. So I have here the classroom page, which is the very first topic that they are going to see once they join my classroom. Under my classroom page, I have included a link that the students can click on, and that includes these other important go-to that are housed in the Google Classroom. So this is the class homepage. When they click this video, it will play my opening message to the students. It also gives them a background of our class and some other helpful tools and information. These little notebooks, it will take them to the go-to topic in their Google Classroom. So if I will click the classroom page, then it will take them to the classroom page automatically in their Google Classroom. If they are going to click schedule notebook, then it will also take them to the schedule topic in their Google Classroom for them to know my office hours and also their class schedule. Aside from that, if the students are going to click the help notebook, it will take them to the help button or help section or topic in their Google Classroom, which to me is very important because this houses all the students' questions. This is where students can type their questions, any random question about schedule, about Google Meets, or about the activity, type it and send it as a private message. That way, all of the students' questions are not randomly attached to any activity, but are all housed in one place. Next, if they are going to click video tutorials, then it will take them to the tutorial topic in their Google Classroom tutorial that the students may possibly need to watch so that the students will know how to do things right. So you can include tutorials on how to submit an activity, how to attach an activity, how to take a picture, attach it to their classwork, and turn it in. So these are the types of video tutorials that I will have here. Then other than that, if they are going to click resources notebook, then it will take them to the resources tab where they can see the most commonly used websites or sites that we use in the class. Also, other than that, you will find emojis and descriptions that I use in the class, just so they will be able to remember what that emoji is for. Is it for classwork? Is it for video? Is it for the gradebook? And so on and so forth. So that is, to me, very important. So I needed to include that on my class homepage. So just like how we can rearrange the activities inside a topic or folder, we can also rearrange the topics according to how we want them organized or arranged. Let's say, for example, if week 1 is already done and then we are already in week 2, or we are already going to be in week 3, because I don't want my go-to topics to be buried right under the rest of the topics or folders, what I do is I drag it right to the very bottom. I just click and drag right where I want it to be, so that my very top topic is always the current week. So that if there is going to be, say for example, week 3, because we're done with week 2, what I will do is click and drag week number 2 right under week number 1, so that the current week is what is displayed on top, and the students will be able to see that right away once they click the Classwork tab. And then they can still see my very important go-to pages, so that it is a lot easier for them to navigate. Although, again, all the topics can be seen on the side, but to me, I just want to make sure that it is only the current week that is right at the top, followed by my go-to topics. So that is how I arrange my Google Classroom pages. I hope that you have learned something from the tutorial, and I hope that you'd be able to use them in setting up your Google Classroom pages as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you will be able to click a like and subscribe to our channel so that you will not be able to miss any videos or tutorials that I am going to post. Please share this video, especially to teachers and homeschoolers, so that they will be able to learn some new ideas that they can use in teaching. I hope to see you next time. Bye!